I could never imagine something like this happening to me. Um, oh man, it's even now I'm talking about it, it's crazy. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are going to talk about something that I do get asked quite often, actually. A lot of the times I get the question here of, what do you do? What do you actually do? How do you earn a living? So I thought this video would be great to do, especially now being in quarantine and there isn't much to do. So it's a video that I thought about doing, but I wasn't sure how to approach it because of talking about income and what I earn and materialistic things. It's not my jam. It's not what I do. I just don't feel that it adds any value. Maybe that's just how I think. Maybe you might think differently. So I try not to do that. I try not to come across like I'm showing off, if that makes sense. So this video, I will run down, a brief history of my past, what I did before and how I got to where I am now and doing what I do. So what I'll do is give you a brief history of my past. So I am Nigerian. Came into the UK when I was about 11 and went to school here and everything. So I studied business. I studied at uni. I studied business. I did business at college, business and finance, and same thing. I did business and marketing in uni. And I worked in retail, I worked in Selfridges. If a lot of you have been to the UK, you will know, in London. And then I got into personal training because I started getting into fitness. So the next step was to get into personal training. The personal training I did for a few years, but it just wasn't working out as well as I wanted it to, because of if you've worked in if you worked in commercial gyms, you will know it's a dog eat dog world. And I was still a huge introvert, and you have 20 personal trainers fighting over clients. So I was struggling and I wasn't enjoying it. After that, I started my Instagram at 2011. I remember this. And then I started posting pictures of myself. The main reason I did that was one of my friends who was a PT was like, right, let's do a show. I would coach you to do a bodybuilding show, and I've never done one of those things before. And it was called Miami Pro in the UK. And then I did WBFF as well. And then I started posting pictures of when I looked shredded, basically. And from there, my account started to grow slightly, and then there was a website called simplyshredded.com. They wanted to do an interview, and I was like, awesome, because they've done interviews with big names in the industry: Simeon Panda, Lazar, I can't say his surname, sorry, Ulysses, all the big names, Callum von Moger. So I thought, that would be cool to do an interview, and it helps my profile grow slightly. So on Instagram, my profile started to grow and my page started to grow just from posting purely pictures of my body, my aesthetics. That was it, because we had no video back then. YouTube, I started quite late. So with YouTube, I hated YouTube because I was still an introvert. So Instagram allowed me to be hidden because it was just pictures. But with YouTube, I couldn't hack YouTube. I didn't have the personality for it. I struggled massively with YouTube. So with Instagram growing, I started to get sponsorships. I had a clothing sponsor and I had a supplement sponsor, and I did Body Power for the first time. And I remember seeing Gymshark, and Gymshark started to grow, and I did Body Power almost every year. I did Body Power for 4 years. And I remember seeing all the other big brand names and seeing all the big athletes, all the bigger athletes with bigger following, and just wondering what it would be like to have that, to be able to call this a job and do it full time, because I was still personal training and I was then sponsored, because the sponsorship was it was paying, I think I was earning like £200 a month from it, which is nothing, which doesn't pay the bills. So I was still working as a personal trainer as well. So around late 2016, I lost my job as a personal trainer. It just wasn't working out, and after a month of that, I lost my sponsorship. So I was in deep depression. I I was grinding my teeth down when I was sleeping. I was pulling my hair out when I was sleeping as well. It was that bad because I've always struggled with anxiety and depression. So I lost interest in everything. I almost actually quit social media, but this is weird. I started doing CrossFit because there was a videographer who was like, do you want to do some CrossFit? Do you want to try some CrossFit? Because he knew me from just doing bodybuilding. I thought, yeah, I'll give the whole CrossFit thing a shot. I have another story about that, so you can watch the video. Long story short, I started to change my perspective on what I wanted to post on my social media. I started to not care anymore. I just wanted to do what I wanted rather than focusing on just my body. I decided that I want to train a different way and I want to just post what I wanted. And then this was around the time that Instagram video started, and Gymshark noticed, one of my sponsorship manager noticed my page, and because I was posting my Metcons, so if a lot of you follow my Instagram, you'll know my Metcons, and they were like, we would like to sign you. And at first I thought it was a joke, but it was actually serious. So I was signed to Gymshark, and that started to create the turning point in my life. So I signed to Gymshark, and I was earning a revenue from that, and then I started to grow my profile on Instagram, and then I worked on my online coaching. I did have online coaching before, but it was doing nowhere near as well. And so signing with Gymshark kind of gave me the confidence boost to improve on myself. And in 2018 was when I decided that I wanted to change my perspective on everything. I wanted to be myself. I don't want to copy other people, because the problem is I was copying other people. And I started to post what I wanted. I started to talk about my training style. I wasn't scared to talk about CrossFit anymore, because I used to call it circuit training. So I started to talk about the fact that I enjoy doing some CrossFit, I enjoy doing some bodybuilding, I enjoy trying new types of training. I decided that I wanted to share my knowledge with everybody, share what I love, share my passion, and also help people along the way. And so that's when my content changed. I set up my website myself. So a lot of things that I do, I've done up to this point, is I've done most of it myself. So I set my website up, which is obviously my name, and started to offer ebooks through my website. And through that was helping me to earn a living. And then in 2019, my career developed a lot more. My profile was growing a lot more. My YouTube was doing well. So I thought it'd be good to give you a breakdown of my revenue stream. So I generate most of my income from my online coaching, so my website. So the more I'm growing, the more my profile is growing and getting out there, the more YouTube subscribers, the more Instagram followers I have, the more traffic I get to my website, and the more income I earn. And the next is my sponsorships. So I'm sponsored by Gymshark. I've been sponsored by Gymshark for years now, since 2017, like I explained before. So I do earn an income from that. I also earn an income from my supplement sponsors. I'm with PhD, so I earn an income from that as well. I also have had, small brand deals here and there. Not that many. I try not to work with too many brands, and that's purely from Instagram. So on Instagram, you see paid partnerships a lot. I'm always transparent about things like that. So you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, I always talk about that I am getting paid. But again, I've only worked with probably 2 brands outside of Gymshark and PhD in terms of one-off partnerships. I prefer to have long-term partnerships because it creates a relationship, and I don't feel like I'm an Avon lady selling different brands constantly. And then I do earn an income from YouTube, not as much as a lot of YouTubers, but I'm not going to complain about it. It's still a decent amount of money I earn. So with YouTube revenue on average, I'm earning close to £3,000 on YouTube. On average, I get about 700,000 to 1 million views a month, and some videos do way better than others. And what happens with YouTube is certain videos would continuously generate money for you, especially the popular ones. And the more subscribers you get, the more new subscribers you get, they watch a lot of your old videos, and that generates a lot more income. And all of that is how I earn an income. So I've gone from a point of being really broke and just worried about life in general. I was 29. I'm in my 30s now, and like, you don't understand that I have had so much go wrong in my life growing up. I could never imagine something like this happening to me. Oh man, it's even now I'm talking about it, it's crazy. But I've been through a lot, and you know, I was almost 30 and worried about my life, worried about my career, worried about where I was going. And sometimes I pinch myself and think, this is something that I'm doing now. This is my life. I never thought I would be here. I never thought I would have 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. I never thought I would have 800,000 followers on Instagram. That was something that I never envisioned. So this is just for any of you out there that are thinking of, I want to make it, I want to do something similar. It is hard graft. It's taken me years. Some people are lucky, some people get there earlier, but it's taken me years. And hopefully this video will, I don't know, motivate some of you to realize that it can be done. And also, age shouldn't matter. You know, I know there are 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds who are making millions, and you know, I'm not there yet, but it is possible. I never thought I'll be able to earn a living from doing this. So this just shows you that it can be done. Hard work, a lot of hard work. Try and find something that makes you unique. So try and find something that makes you stand out. There is a lot of noise. You have to remember that there's a lot of people out there that also want to make it in this industry. It might not be fitness, but in general. But the question will be, what makes you different to all of them? And that is why I ask myself all the time, how can I stand out from the crowd? How can I stand out from the noise? And it's taken me a while to find my place, but it can be done. I am so much happier. Don't get me wrong, I still have days that I have my anxiety. I still have days where I put pressure on myself to always make sure I'm one step ahead. But it can be done. You just have to find your lane and stick to it. Don't try and copy anyone else, because I did that in the past. It doesn't work. Take things from people that you aspire to be like. Take lessons, take tips. Don't try and copy, because you would never be whoever you're trying to be. There's already someone else. You know, what are you about? Who are you? What are you about? I remember watching this video and the guy speaking said, who are you? Why should we care? And I kind of felt like which was an interesting way to look at it. But what do you have to offer that's different? And I know that my page is about fitness. There's loads of other fitness pages, but you know, you have to do things that would also help you stand out from everyone else. And that's what I try and do. I wanted my training to be inclusive. So I didn't just want it to be about me training and showing off. I wanted it to be, yes, I'm training and showing off on some of my videos, but also I wanted you to be able to learn something from me. My philosophy with my page is either I make you laugh at myself or you learn something. So some videos you will watch and it's just me training with my friends or training with Gymshark athletes. Gymshark athletes try CrossFit for the first time. You laugh, you enjoy it. Me trying you training and you laughing at me, awesome. And then I do have training videos, tutorials and stuff like that where you learn something. You know, my goals are changing. Now I can dream bigger. Before I couldn't. Before I didn't feel like I could, but now I'm dreaming bigger. So yeah, hopefully I'll stop waffling on now. Hopefully this video makes sense, and hopefully this gives you an idea into my life, you know, how I have come to making a living from doing this. And yeah, thank you for watching. It's been a bit of a strange emotional video for me to actually do. I didn't realize I'll kind of feel like this, but yeah. Peace out.